The Summer House drama, it continues, and we finally saw the moment Kyle Cooke and Paige DeSorbo get into a tense argument while talking about her then-boyfriend Craig Conover's investment in a competing alcohol brand in the latest episode of the hit Bravo show.
He asked if he could invest in Loverboy. I said, just give me a second to come up with a proposal about investing.
We're breaking down all the drama. Caroline, can you start with the backstory?
I don't even know where to begin at this point. I mean, it's crazy. But basically, about a year ago, Craig kind of made headlines because he invested in a competing alcohol brand to Kyle's Loverboy called Spritz Society. And basically at the time it was a big deal because Craig was dating Paige, and Paige is, obviously on the cast with Kyle and his wife Amanda, and Amanda and Paige are best friends. So it kind of raised some eyebrows, and basically that's how it started, and then they each kind of made claims, and it's just spiraled ever since. And we're finally kind of getting to the root of the issue here because, as we all know, Summer House was filmed last summer, and so they're kind of still dealing with everything that's been going on. So we're kind of finally figuring out how everyone feels about it.
Oh my goodness. Now I know that you had an exclusive interview with Craig when this all started to unfold. What did he tell you about investing in the company?
Yeah, so it was kind of crazy. I remember chatting with Craig, and he was super excited about this new investment opportunity. And, in addition to Kyle's Loverboy, one of his best friends from Southern Charm, Austin, also has a beer business. So I kind of just asked, why, did you ask either of them to invest? And he kind of just brushed over it saying, I asked both of them, but it just wasn't in the cards, and it wasn't a possibility. And then that kind of started things in motion, because then a little bit after that, Kyle went on Watch What Happens Live and shared his side of the story, which was that Craig did come to him and said, I have this opportunity with this other company, but if you have a good opportunity with Loverboy, I'm happy to switch. And then Kyle said, give me a minute, I'll put something together for you. And then that's kind of where the story gets confusing, is did Craig already have the deal and just kind of came to him as courtesy without any intention behind what he was saying? Or was it, Kyle did give him an opportunity or was going to, and just it wasn't in the cards for them? So that's kind of what spiraled and what is going on between the two of them.
And this is actually between Kyle and Craig, not Kyle and Paige. Meanwhile, Kyle goes and berates Paige. Yeah. Why do you think he would go do something like that?
I mean, that's the great question. And I think that's kind of what we saw on Wednesday's episode, was Paige was like, this is between the two of you. I really have nothing to do with it. I didn't invest. She actually said, I was the one who told Craig, you should give Kyle a heads up. You should maybe ask him first. And so she was very upset, obviously, because he was sending her all these texts and then just kind of blew past it. And then, as we saw, they get into the super heated dinner confrontation where he calls her two-faced, she says he's two-faced. And we kind of have to wait to see how it unfolds. But, I mean, I think it's only going to get, even if Kyle and Paige resolve their issues, I mean, they're still the Craig of it all.
Right, right. I was going to say, what's going on with them? Because I know when you're in a relationship, you have your partner's back.
For sure.
But now that they're not together, what's going on between Kyle and Paige? Are they mending their friendship, or?
So it's interesting. I mean, I think, it's been 8 months or so since this was filmed. I think that they're back to okay terms, especially because she's so close with his wife, Amanda. But what's kind of interesting is we saw Kyle on Watch What Happens Live last night, and he was talking about the whole situation and was asked, what about Craig and Paige now that they broke up? Do you think that she kind of can see your side of it a little bit more? And he said, it's interesting for her now because she's dealing with how Craig talked to me, 6 months ago, now to her, just with the breakup and how he wouldn't necessarily dispel cheating rumors, et cetera, et cetera. And so he was like, well, she's dealing with what I dealt with. So hopefully now she kind of understands where I was coming from. So hopefully the Summer House can remain, because she kind of said if they can't figure it out, she can't do it anymore. So fingers crossed.
So what's going to be the latest for the whole entire Summer House crew? Of course, we're going to keep you updated. You can follow us here at page6.com, or make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.